I'm going to build the United States in Minecraft, but all those other countries too. I'm going to explore these different worlds filled with the most famous buildings from every single country. I recreate them even better inside my own world. Starting with the Eiffel Tower, which is in France. And this one is really small. I'm going to make a much better one. That Eiffel Tower is actually made entirely of wood. I'm going to make a much better one. Starting with her base, which I will make by carefully mixing different stone blocks and cobblestone. With the base finally ready, I'm gonna use these blocks here because they look so much more like the real color of the Eiffel Tower. I just need to make a triangular shape exactly like this. And that's basically exactly how my little build finally turned out. I asked a friend to be the judge.
This build of yours here is a 5 out of 10 because I know you can do way better than this.
He is right about that, because I'm still gonna make all these countries happen. And next up is the Netherlands. I'm back in the building world. Now I'm finally gonna properly build the classic Dutch windmill today. It looks like a regular house. I can definitely make something better than that. I'm gonna build that windmill from the Netherlands right here in this part. I even put up their flag already. I'm going to start building the main structure, and I've already set aside several blocks that we'll use for the sturdy base. To make the base really detailed, I'm gonna use these soft moss blocks here.
Hey, Athos, are you sure this looks like a windmill? This looks more like an abandoned dungeon. How ugly.
Hold on a sec, Matthew. Just trust the process. You're gonna see that it's gonna look really cool and different from that ugly windmill. And this one is really gonna work.
I doubt it.
But I want it to be really detailed. That's why I'm gonna swap these cobblestone blocks here for some totally different blocks instead now. This is what gives the whole construction its sparkle. I'm gonna start building the second line of blocks with these bricks. I have to do my best, guys, because otherwise Matthew won't give me a good grade. You can see he's honestly a very serious critic. I finished building this bottom part. This is basically the base of the windmill.
What even is this, Athos? You basically made a hobbit house. That's so ugly. This deserves a score of 2 out of 10.
Hold on, you're seriously not supposed to give a score yet! Oh, Matthew, do it like this! Stand here in front of the Eiffel Tower and wait for me to finish before giving the score. I almost got a 2 because Matthew is silly! Now I'm gonna use this white block here to start building the next floor. This is where the actual windmill will be. And now we just need to finish up a few details in this part here. And the windmill structure is ready! You can say it turned out way better than the one from the other world. But this isn't everything, because we still need to make this work. And for that, I'm gonna use an engine and this rotating block here. First, I'll put the engine facing forward right over here, and in front of the engine, this piston block. Now I have to stick this whole structure together so it can spin. Now that I've glued everything, I just need to click on this block, and the windmill is turning.
Hey, look, Athos, you expanded the hobbit house and added a spinning windmill. It looks way better than that Eiffel Tower. He receives a 6 out of 10.
Grade 6? Come on, this is at least an 8!
I'm the one who's the critic here.
Well, at least it's still a better grade than the towers. But I'm heading straight to the next country, Japan, now! This here is the Japanese building, and it's called a pagoda. It's a kind of temple, and it's genuinely really pretty. But I can definitely do much better! I've already chosen where it's gonna be. Right next to the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to put his flag right here in this corner, so I always remember! To build this, I'm going to use some slightly different blocks than the ones over there. Bricks, half-brick blocks, stairs, and glowstones for some extra little details too, to make it stand out. I'm going to start by making the main entrance of the temple on this side. For this, I'll need to make a base that's about 3 blocks high. And from here, I'm going to start climbing a staircase with these blocks. And on the other side, there will be a similar structure, because there will be 2 entrances since the temple is going to be huge. I finished making the stairs, and instead of placing the wall like I did before, I'm going to use this cobblestone wall. I finished building the base. This right here is just the bottom part of the temple. Now I'm gonna start building the temple for real this time. So I'm gonna use this bright red block to make the temple base here. To build the temple itself, I'm mainly gonna use this pale bone block over here. Finally, just this last little detail goes in exactly like this. Wow, this temple turned out incredibly huge after all. Can I say, did I rock it? Let's put it up on the screen and see which build truly looks better.
But the grade that matters here, Athos, is mine. I'm gonna check out this build right now.
But before you vote, just look at how much amazing detail there is. It became really huge and very detailed, honestly.
Wow, it has so much detail, but inside it's empty. That's not nice. There's absolutely nothing in here. You just built the outside. Grade 3?
What do you mean a 3? Less than France's score, seriously. I worked so hard on the outside, seriously. I'm gonna do even better on the next one, which is the Germany one. I'm finally back again in the building world. And the next thing I'm gonna make is actually the famous Brandenburg gate, which is over there in Germany. The first thing I'm going to do is start with this sand block. Let's build the pillars, which are basically what will actually support the whole structure. And this building is so big that I'll have to build the next pillar way over on the other side of the construction area.
Hey, Athos, I'm checking this out, and what's this? The stick is looking really ugly. You get a 0. That was terrible.
0 scores don't just magically change like that. Wait a second here, buddy. I already told you, you have to wait for the building to be finished.
But don't take too long because I'm in a hurry.
All right. I finished building the base structure. Now I have to build the gate structure, which pretty much goes exactly like this. I'm gonna make this part straight down here. And from here, I'll start climbing a staircase like this. I've already finished the main structure, but there's just one little thing left. Up here on this structure are actually 4 horse statues. And for that, I'm going to use this green concrete block to make the main structure. Just one more horse right here. And that's how the build turned out.
Come on, check out the amazing quality of these massive pillars, Athos. This is honestly pretty awesome. You did an awesome job.
Yes, there are honestly lots of tiny details here. And another thing, you probably haven't noticed yet, but up here I actually made all 4 horses myself too.
For building something so good and excellent, I'm gonna give you a 6.5.
What? 6.5? Is that your good grade?
I'm quite picky, buddy. I don't just hand out $10.
But so far, this has easily been my highest score. But I'll definitely get a perfect 10 from him eventually. The next building is from the Czech Republic. And I got an idea. The build with the highest score of all so far. I'm gonna take my lucky top subscriber who comments the most on this video to see it personally. So make sure to comment a lot down below. And the building from the Czech Republic that I'm going to construct is the Charles Bridge. Let's start with the main bridge part first. First of all, I start by building that bridge with just one single block. This broken brick block right here. Then to add more details, I'll start using other blocks instead. And so far, this is how the bridge construction looks like.
Hey, this one is looking good, huh, Athos? But isn't something missing from it?
Yeah, Matthew, it sure is missing. The part of the tower that I haven't built yet is still missing. And she's gonna come all the way here and climb the tower as high as she can. And with a few more details here. I finished the tower part, but for the construction to be truly finished, I will use these last 3 blocks here. To make the orange top part, I'll have to build a kind of pyramid on top like this. To do this, I'm gonna make a kind of pyramid up here like this. And then I just need to swap the blocks to add some details. That's it, I'm done! Here's how my Charles Bridge turned out.
All right, Athos, I thought this build of yours was quite simple. This was supposed to be a bridge, Carlos, but it doesn't look anything like it.
What? Who's Carlos?
You should know you're the one building, not me.
What? He's saying it had to look like a Carlos? Is this the bridge, Charles? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't care. You got a grade of 2. This doesn't look like a Carlos. I'm even gonna throw a potato over there.
What? No way. But I'm not gonna waste any time, and I'm heading straight to the next one, which takes place in Italy. The construction I'm gonna make from Italy. Stay in Rome, which is the capital. It's the Colosseum. Wow, look at that! It's such a huge structure!
And she's so romantic. Will you take me to dinner at your Colosseum?
Of course, Mana! Don't worry! I'll make a Colosseum way better than this one! And we'll even have a romantic dinner in it! I have a better idea to honor Italy! If you know this monument well, there's a part of it that's completely destroyed, and I'm gonna reimagine what he would be like today. Well, the little mark here is the structure. There will be a rounded part, which is the part of the Colosseum. I'm gonna make the pillars out of brick. I think it'll look good. My idea is to make a structure covered with glass, so the gladiators can fight even if it's raining. So now all that's left is to build up the pillars and start working on the structure itself. The structure is ready, and I've also already placed the glass here that I told you I would. For now, the build looks like this. There are many floors, and people can stand up here and look down there. The gladiators are fighting. The only thing I'm not liking is this tree in the middle. It doesn't match. I'm gonna pull it out from here. Where the tree used to be, I'm going to put a lava river so the gladiators can throw the enemies in here. Outside the Colosseum, I'm gonna place some vines. This way the Colosseum will feel more lively and greener. And it was. And that's how my reimagined version of the Colosseum turned out. Hey, Matthew, you can speak. This Colosseum looks awesome.
I'm sitting here in the audience and I can't even see what's down there.
You're right, but just stay a little closer here.
Of course not. This should be better organized. And you should have followed the reference too.
I tried to imagine a new Colosseum and it turned out beautiful.
This looks awful. It should be like the old one, which was way better. This deserves a 0 rating.
What? No way. This is my very first F grade. I tried so hard.
You need to try harder.
That's not fair. I challenge you to a duel.
Duel, just start building already. Stop wasting time.
All right. The next build I'm gonna make is from South Korea. The palace I'm gonna build is this one right here. It's the Gyeongbokgung Palace. He is in South Korea, and this one is actually quite detailed. But my version is gonna be even better. So I'll start with the structure part first. I've marked the construction area right here, but like I said, everyone, it has a lot of details. I'm just enjoying and adding a little detail. Using these trapdoors, it works like this. First, I lay them down like this. So then I come and open it up to make it look like a window detail just like this. But if you think that's all there is to the construction, you're wrong! I still want to get a good grade. That's why I added a mod that lets me put up neon panels. I'm going to use them to add some red details here in this palace. I finished placing the neon blocks and some lamps too. And now the finishing touch. It's activating the texture. Let's activate the texture. Wow, look how beautiful it turned out. This definitely deserves a perfect 10.
Wow, look at that, Athos. The palace is really beautiful. It's like the whole world looks nicer.
You're right, because it turned out really nice. Look how it looks at night. It even lights up.
Wow, this is amazing, but it doesn't deserve a 10.
What doesn't deserve a 10? This looks beautiful.
It's back to normal now. A 7.8 then.
Matthew is so hard to please. Look at all those details, and he still didn't like it. I really need to get this A, so I'm going to Spain. The next build I'm going to make is called La Sagrada Familia. And this build here, what is that? This looks very bad. It doesn't seem like anything. Whoever built this here gets a big 0. Don't worry, I can do it way better. And this build, even though in the reference it was hard to understand anything, it's a kind of cathedral. That's why I have to make it in a palace style. I finished the structure and it's gonna look like this. Like I said, it's gonna be way bigger than the reference one. Now comes the part that's a bit more tricky, because I literally have to build these walls all the way up. Just this final detail here and I finish the structural part.
Wow, Athos, this is amazing. You deserve a high score, but you're missing glass.
Of course, didn't you wait? I've got the glass here in my hand. I'm going to start putting up the panels now. I just left the structure waiting for the glass. But in the end, it turned out like this. Way better than the reference. Go ahead, Matthew.
Wow, this is way better than the reference. It's just the size. It's almost a skyscraper.
So far, it's the biggest build I've ever made.
This is amazing, Athos. Come here and look. So you deserve $1 for this building, and I'll give it an 8.
An 8? An 8 for this? It's literally a masterpiece.
I've seen better.
But so far, it has been the highest rated build. So the subscriber who comments the most down below will get to go to Spain. The problem is that I still want an A+. That's why I'm heading to the next build, which is from India. In India, there is a very famous temple called the Taj Mahal. This temple here. I'm gonna use blocks very similar to this in the reference. He was using wool, and there were also some stone details like this. This here is the structure of the Taj Mahal. Anyone familiar with the build can already see where everything's going to be. In those corners, there will be those towers. And I'm going to build them up here with white wool. And the Taj Mahal is finished, and it looks just like this. And not only that, I also decorated the inside. Because if you all remember, Matthew gave me a low grade because the inside wasn't decorated last time. Now I have to call Matthew to judge. It's Mana, how lucky I am! Mana will judge with Matthew, and she'll give me 10.
I didn't like it much, Mana. This wall here's a bit crooked. Can you see the angle isn't perfect?
I noticed Matthew, and these fences are in the wrong place.
It's really ugly.
You get a 0, Athos.
What? Another 0 grade? It's not unfair. This turned out really well. No reason for a 0.
I'm giving you a 0 too, Athos. The Taj Mahal is way prettier than this place.
This is my revenge because you didn't make our dinner at the Colosseum.
I totally forgot about that dinner. Well, okay, I'll accept this 0. But the next build is impossible to score 0 on because it's gonna be the build of Turkey. In Turkey, what we're gonna build isn't exactly a building. It's a means of transport. Over there, they really like balloons. That's why there are colorful balloons in Cappadocia. But here in the reference, there's only one balloon. In my build, I'm gonna make something even better than over there. First, I'll make the balloon basket using this block, which is a barrel. Now above this basket, I'm gonna start making the balloon itself. Unlike the reference that only had one balloon, I'm going to add a bunch. I finished the first balloon. So I'm gonna make another balloon on this side here, and this time it's going to be red. I even made it look like it was kind of flying. Unlike the other one, and for now it stayed like this, now I just need to make 3 more balloons to make it look really nice. I finished making the balloons. I made one in Mateo's shirt colors, which are red and black, and also from the mana that is pink and blue, so they can give me a good grade.
This looks really nice here, Athos. Now you're really getting my point. This deserves a 7.5 from me.
Oh no, it's not the best grade, but it's a good one. For now, the one still winning is Spain with 8. And I'm off to the next country, which is Indonesia. In Indonesia, this is the Borobudur temple. In this reference, they made it really small. I can make this same structure, but on a much larger scale. Just like I did in the other builds, I'll mark the first floor. Structure done. That's pretty much it for now. But now I have to start working on the next floors. For this, I'm gonna use cobblestone.
Oh no, Athos, that build is a disaster. You get a 0.
What a 0? Reverse Athos! First, you have to wait for me to finish the building before you judge.
I don't care. I'm just calling it as I see it.
Wait for me to finish. I've arrived at the part where I'm gonna make a staircase. For that, I'll use this half block to make a staircase. Then I build the second floor. I'm gonna place a netherrack here and light it up. So the finished structure looks like this. I told you I was gonna make it way bigger.
Wow, look, Athos. Now that you're done?
Yes, I'm done. Now you can give me the grade.
This is awesome. It's amazing here. You totally deserve a 0. Ha ha ha.
0 score? No way. I knew it. It's Athos Reverso. I prefer Matthew. Go away from here. I'm going to call Matthew back.
He's a terrible critic.
You know what? The next things I'm gonna build will be 2 from Poland and Egypt. But for that, I'm gonna need someone's help. I called James. James, you're gonna have to make a really nice building.
You got it, Athos.
The building I'm going to make is from Poland, and it's called Malwart Hall. This structure here is made of bricks, but I'm going to make it even prettier over in the building areas.
Since my build is from Egypt, I'm going to make the Great Pyramid of Giza, but I'm going to make an even more detailed one than this one.
I've set aside several blocks here to make this build. The first ones I'm gonna use are these orange ones to make the main part of the structure. The others are for making decorations. For example, a very beautiful stained glass in this building. I'm gonna show you, but first I have to build the structure.
Building the Pyramid of Giza isn't that complicated. I'll just grab the sandstone block. What if I make a square around this whole red area? Now that the square is ready, I just need to pull the blocks this way, building a pyramid.
James had it way easier with his building. All he had to do was make a pyramid. I'll have to make a very detailed build. I've already built the walls of the building. For now, it's going like this. I took the opportunity to decorate the center using these blocks here. I have to admit, it's looking really good. So far, this is one of the best builds I've made. There's still a lot left to do. I'm gonna keep working on the stained glass and also the roof section. And this is the stained glass. It's like a person. You'll see when it's ready and you'll love it.
I've already built most of the pyramid. Just finish this part here now. And just like that, the pyramid looks pretty cool now. But I want to build the pyramid with its original color. So I'm gonna come down here and start putting these quartz stairs. Now it will be all this color. It's gonna look really nice.
And in the end, the building turned out like this. It looks very pretty. And look at the stained glass I told you about. It turned out really cool too. Even the pyramid James built turned out really nice too. Finally, I get one of these.
Hey, Athos, I'm looking at your building here. It turned out really interesting.
Look at the stained glass. Look.
Wow, the stained glass looks really beautiful. Very detailed. Here's a king holding his son. That's so cool. Your score for this build will be 8.5.
Wow, this has been the highest score so far. So the subscriber who comments the most for now gets to go to Poland.
On the other side over here, this build by James looks really ugly. What's this, James?
It's not ugly at all. This is the original Pyramid of Giza.
I didn't find it very pretty. It's just white. This looks like a $5 bill.
Yeah, I agree, James. You didn't put much effort into that build. It's a very simple pyramid.
Wow, only 5. I can't believe it. I worked so hard to do this.
If you keep whining, I'll cut it down to 3.
You know what? I'm not going to help anymore.
Stop whining, James. Come here. You will help because the next builds we are going to do are from Russia and Romania. The structure I'm gonna build is from Russia. And this one here is the St. Basil's Cathedral. It's a really big and beautiful cathedral there.
And I'm going to build this Dracula's castle, which is located in Romania.
I'm tired of getting an F. So I had an idea, folks. I'm gonna use the ready-made construction, just this one. That's why I'm setting aside this thing called a schematic table. It's used to paste ready-made constructions. For this, you just need to place this leaf here, and in a chest next to her are the blocks I want to be used. Yellow concrete can go concrete, and these others that are here. I just can't let Matthew find out that I'm using a prefab. I put all the blocks here. Now I just need to flip this lever.
What? How did you build that so fast?
I've built so many buildings that I'm becoming a pro.
Wow, this is really detailed for you to have done it so quickly.
You're right. That's why I'm still building. Look, I'm building!
Oh, that's true. Wow, Athos, this build is really cool.
Thank you. Now I just have to wait for James to finish his.
Wow, James, it looks really bad. There are only a few blocks on the ground. Athos has already finished his.
How did he finish that? It was super quick. I was only able to make the castle rock for now.
You better hurry, or you'll get a 0.
That's true. So I'll start building the castle right here.
Maybe this is the very first 10 ever.
Look at this. I've already built the entire castle wall. Now we just need to make the roof. And for that, I'm going to use these bricks. And it's done.
Let's go. It's time to evaluate for your build, Athos. Since it has so many different colors and is really well detailed, I'm going to give you a 9.0.
A 9 is the highest grade I've gotten so far. Awesome. The subscriber who comments the most will go to Russia.
Wait a sec. I haven't seen James's yet. Wow, look at that. He made Dracula's castle here. I love Dracula.
Oh, I knew you'd like it.
What? Really?
For this castle, I'm going to give it a 9.2.
James, you're leading with the highest score so far.
Of course, I'm the best builder around here.
I can't believe it. He got a 9.2 from Matthew.
Look at the level of detail.
That means the subscriber who comments the most will go to Romania. But wait, it's not over yet, folks. Because there are still 2 constructions left to build. One from the United States and one from Brazil. The build I'm gonna make is from Brazil. It's the Christ the Redeemer.
And the build I'm going to make is the Statue of Liberty in the United States. What I'm seeing in this construction here is that they used wool. And what if I make one with real material? I'll make it out of copper.
The first thing I'm gonna make is the pedestal. I'm gonna use cobblestone now.
Down here, I need to build the stone part where the statue stands.
I made the base here and it has a place for us to go inside if we want. Now I have to build the Christ part, and for that, I'll use smooth stone.
I've already finished the area under the statue. Now I can come here and start building it. I just need to finish making her crown like this. And it turned out really cool, but its color is not like that right now. But I have a surprise for when Matthew arrives.
Hey, Athos, I see you finished the Christ the Redeemer. And it turned out quite interesting.
It's just like the real one.
Right now, this is really cool. I just missed different shades of stone. This looks too similar.
You're right. I could have added more details. Don't worry, I'll do it.
No, time's up. Stop that. I'll evaluate based on what I'm seeing. This deserves a 9.2 rating.
9.2 is a great score.
Now come see mine, Matthew.
Wow, look. Did you make the Statue of Liberty that's in the United States? Hey, James, wait a minute. The color is wrong. You made it orange.
Calm down, Matthew. I was waiting for you to arrive so it would change color.
Change color? What do you mean? Wow, it changed color. Now that's the color of the Statue of Liberty.
That was really cool, James.
Oh, thanks. What's my grade, Matthew?
Because it's made true to the original and it has this cool effect of changing colors, the highest score I've ever given to any build. 9.5.
That means the United States build won! And now it's time to find out who was the subscriber who commented the most to go to the United States. James made over 10,000 comments.
I've already packed my bags. Let's go to the United States.
All right, fair is fair, you won! Did you enjoy this video? Check out this other one on the screen. Don't forget to comment on which build you like the most. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. But